Hi there, Chris Falson here, aka the Falsonator. I live in LA and I mostly write songs and I produce songs with other artists, indie artists. So I coach people and do a lot of mixing and do a lot of production for film and TV, mostly indie stuff. And so the sound that 90% of my sound is an organic kind of sound. Singer-songwriter, Americana, country, think acousticy, bluesy, whatever. And so I'm always looking for plugins that help me make that sound, as if I'm in an old studio using tape machines and so forth. And so on this little video, I'm going to walk through some of the ways I use PSP Echo, the PSP Echo. It's my go-to Echo. I use it 5 or 6 times on every song, maybe more. But first, I have a confession to make, because when I first, I saw this, it looks great, looks cool, and you get a 30-day trial up in PSP Audio. So I downloaded it and tried it out. It's like, oh yeah, tape echo sounds okay, but I had other tape echoes that I liked, and so I didn't use it. And then I saw a video up on YouTube while I was having lunch one day, and the guy goes through an exhaustive little video that all the different things you can use on this echo and delay, and I was like, huh? So I rushed back, before my 30-day trial was up, and used it a few more days, and then I purchased it. And so it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful little plug-in. And let's go through. Let's get started. Let me play this track for you in the chorus. I want to do something on the electric guitar. I have electric guitar right and piano left, bass and acoustic guitar in the middle, and drums. Really simple track. 'Cause you were a beautiful. Okay, but I want to do something on the guitar, and I started this, and I've gone ahead. I've made it bus 18, and I'm going to put on here a PSP Echo. Shock horror. And what I want to do is, this is one of the things I love about this. Okay, so I'm going to unlink. So normally it's a stereo delay, stereo echo, but I love this unlinking aspect, which means that I can do something on the left one, and I'm going to make the right one shorter. Okay, let's just solo these guitars. All right. Okay, so you can hear the left hand. Okay, I want the left. I want the one on the right being short and kind of like almost a slap delay thing, and I want the one on the left longer. Okay, that's working for me, but I'm going to do more. I'm going to change the filter on this. And I love this little button here. You just, by holding it and pulling down, so I can take some of the lowness out and some of the highs, and on the left one, okay, but not the right one. So the left one is now duller. It's hardly there. So let's maybe put a more drive on that, maybe a bit more level. More. Okay, maybe a bit more there. Okay, now I'll put a bit of warble on that as well. Change that to there, maybe there. And let's take it out of the track now. You were a beautiful. You were. That's really subtle, but just like it's a tape delay, and it's got that kind of wonderful, say warmth. But I just like this concept. I make it as loud and flutter as I want. I can drive one side more than the other. We could actually, on the one on the right, I've actually kept it pretty bright. I probably need to take some of that out. And I might just do a little louder there too. So what's that like now? And this one's probably a little bit slow, so I'm going to bring that back a bit. Yeah, that's good. Wow, I love this. Okay, this is so, and that's on the guitar. That's just using on the guitar track. You were a beautiful. Okay, right, let's move along. So here's the acoustic guitars.
So you
in the
think
track.
You can hide behind your achievements.
Okay, so acoustic guitar is real simple. I don't need a lot on there. I like it as it is, but if I can do something clever with it, again, I'm going to do this unlinked aspect. Again, I'm going to have different lengths. We just solo the acoustic. I wanted it, you know, so it's a bit more, I don't know, a bit more happening in that track. Because all there is.
So you think you can hide.
It's really subtle again, but this is one thing I love about on the PSP Echo is this ducker up here. Ducker, as you might say, we say ducker in Australia, and you can get in and out of it. So there's the other look from the electric guitar. You press this button here and da 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 in the ducker, and the ducker is kind of you know, it's ducking, you know, ducking the beginning. And I've got this threshold set, so let's take it out for a second and play it. Let's turn it up a bit. That's too active, right? I don't want that. I want it to come in a little later. So I think of it like a compressor, the threshold. So it's just coming a little later. Turn that down again.
Turn up the bravado to cover those scars. Hoping nobody ever sees.
It's real simple. Another aspect while we're on this page here is that 99% of what I want to do or need to do is on this page. Okay, if I want to turn the feedback up, it's there. If I got to pan across, it's there. If I want to do the ducker, it's there. One switch, and then I'm back to wow and flutter. And unlike other plugins that I have to do, I have to pull down menus all the time, and it drives me nuts. And this is like an old-fashioned tape machine, I guess, a tape echo, and it just sounds great, and it's so easy to use. Now I'm on the vocal, another PSP, I got two delays actually happening and a reverb. And once again, I unlink it. And once again, I just change the left and right aspect. And once again, I do some ducking on here.
You can hide.
It's really subtle. I take it out.
Behind your achievements.
Put it back
Paint
in.
over the cracks.
I love it. It's just coming in halfway through the word or the sentence. You know, you can automate these things, and I used to automate it all the time at the delays. Now I just use this ducker. It's fantastic. Let's have a look at the backing vocals in this song, because there's a couple of things I've done with the PSP Echo. I've used it twice, and once with the reverb. First of all, here's just the naked sound, just 4 vocals.
Beautiful.
They're very dry.
Beautiful.
Okay, first thing I'm going to do is stick on this. I've turned it off, PSP Echo. So this is, I'm going to bust 9, and PSP Echo comes out. You hear the amazing difference.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, let's have a look at that. So there's no reverb at this point. It's just echo. Okay, so now I've got it in linked mode instead of linked off. So I've got them both at the same time. It's about an 1/8 note. Okay, so the thing here that I love a lot on this is the wow and flutter. So let's just turn that off.
Beautiful.
Okay, so it's got a bit of feedback on there. Okay, so let's just go extreme on this.
Beautiful.
Okay, that's a little crazy. Okay, but it adds depth. It kind of up somewhere halfway in between.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it does sound a little strange to the naked ear, but in the track it sounds great. Let's just use that before I go to the reverb.
We're a beautiful.
Okay, so now that's really working for me, but there's one more thing that I love doing this with backing vocals, especially sometimes on a lead vocal. Over here I've got a plate reverb, so let's just close this off, turn this on, and this solo the backing vocals. This is now with the PSP Echo you heard, and this plate reverb, just a real simple plate. Okay, the reverb, but let's turn the echo off just so the reverb on its own.
Beautiful.
Normally when you put a reverb on a voice or anything, you put some pre-delay in there.
Beautiful.
Okay, but I'm not going to do that. I found this trick by accident by putting the PSP Echo on there. Okay, so let's close this reverb down. Okay, now this is just as it came out of the box. So okay, so this is if you turn on the echo, it'll be on this quarter note with nothing on it, no EQ, and this is the sound you get.
Beautiful.
Oh, I just love that. I love that kind of throw. It's pushing it back. Let's listen in the track.
Beautiful.
You don't really notice it. It's actually kind of a strange sound on its own. Let's do some feedback. Let's mess around with this.
Beautiful.
See what that's like.
Beautiful.
Maybe too big. Now I'm not going to put any wow and flutter on there because I've already got that on the other echo. But I can mess around. Let's try bringing it down maybe to an eighth note and putting maybe more feedback on. See what that's like.
Beautiful.
I really like it. It adds so much, and there's also it's making the reverb sound different. Okay, so a plate's adding some character to that. I would also, just because I liked it, I'll make it a little muddier. You know, muddy is the wrong word. I'll take out some of the low end and take out some of the high end. Maybe see what that's more subtle. Yeah, that's more subtle now. Let's take it off. Kind of boring now, isn't it? With it back in. So as you can see, I'm in love with this plugin. I use it all the time. It's my go-to echo for so many things. There's so many things I can do with it. It's so accessible, and I love messing around with it. And you can tell just by this track, just the simple track, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, a bit of piano, a drum, just a drum machine actually, one vocal, lead vocal, and 4 backing parts. And it's just, with that tape delay, just gives it so much je ne sais quoi. If I can only speak French, I know what that meant. Anyway, cheers.